Hello, this is Damon with XLAB, and today we're going to install the carbon sonic wing. So the tools you're going to need for this install is an 8mm open wrench, a 10mm open wrench, a 4mm hex wrench, a 5mm hex wrench, and as well as a torque wrench. So the carbon sonic is designed to fit these two small holes in the back of the cervelo seat posts. They will not fit on the seat rails. Now for this install, we're going to install gorilla cages on the rear, as well as we're going to put a mezzo bag off the rear attached with X straps. You could put a mezzo bag underneath it, and we'll show you how to do that as well. Okay, so the carbon sonic has two sets of cage mounting holes. So if you're going to have a longer saddle like this physique here, you're probably going to want to use the furthest back set of holes as opposed to the closer one. But some of the shorter ones, shorter saddles out there, you can use this closer hole and get the snug the cage up closer to the rear of the saddle. Okay, so the carbon sonic comes loosely installed. So the first thing we're going to do is put on our gorilla cages as well as our X straps. So what we'll do is we'll take in hand, unscrew these, the top and bottom of the right side, and then we're next going to put the 5mm screw through the top of the gorilla cage. We're going to thread it through the chassis, through the eyelet of the X strap here, and then into the center stabilizer. And we'll just hand tighten it for now. And then we'll repeat the same process on the bottom hole by taking in. For the bottom, you want to choose your angle. You've got 5 sets of holes here to choose from. In this step, we're going to use the second one in from the back, and we'll repeat the same process of putting the screw through the cage into the chassis, and then we'll put our X strap into it and then tighten it into the center stabilizer. So it should look like that at this point. So on the left side, we'll repeat the same process, taking the M5 with washers off, then we'll thread it through the top of the gorilla cage and back into the center stabilizers, and just hand tighten, and then we'll go ahead and repeat the same process on the bottom screw by inserting it to the same spot on the rear as on the right side. So at this point, you can go in with your 4mm hex wrench and kind of snug them up, each of the 5mm bolts. And then what we're going to do next is uninstall the 6mm bolts that will go onto the back of the seat post. And before you do this, if you wanted to install a mezzo bag, now's the time to install it. And what you do is you're basically going to go up through the inside and out each of the slots. So the top left will go through there, top right will go through the top right, out and around the bag. In this case, we're going to install this bag on the rear of it. So for our installs, it's oftentimes easier just to take the seat post off the bike and put it down on the table and then just invert it. And in this case, we'll put the bottom in first. So we're going to take our 6mm nut, or screw rather, and place it through the first hole, through the seat post, and then out the other side. And we'll attach it with this nylock nut here and loosely install it. And we're using the first hole in because that gives us the optimum horizontal angle here. Then we'll come through and just do the bottom, which is actually the top one, and then again through the hole, through the seat post, and then we'll attach it again with the nylock nut. So now we'll come in with our 5mm wrench and tighten it down, and then we'll come in after we tighten this. We want to make sure we come in with our torque wrench. Okay, so we have the Carbon Sonic installed onto the seat post. Now we're just going to install the mezzo bag on the back. We can install the mini bag as well, but the mezzo will fit a bit more products, so you can fit a tube in here as well. So what we'll do is we'll just strap it on, go through the buckle, and loosely tighten for now. You can take this strap and fold it and strap it underneath the strap here. We're going to take and run the top over through the buckle and tighten that as well. You can come back and cinch it up even tighter if you like. So there we go. Okay, so now we have the complete install with the 2 Gorilla cages and the mezzo bag on the rear. You could do a sonic nut on the back and replace in place of the bag. What you'd do is just run the sonic nut chassis would go in place of the center stabilizer here, and then you'd run your CO2s and inflator off of that. So, but for now, here's the install of the Carbon Sonic wing.